Gotham Guardians and Arkham Adversaries. It's your boy Train as Wonder Wife Sarah. We just got back from the movie theaters checking out the latest edition of the Transformers franchise, Rise of the Beast. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, so don't worry about that. It was awesome. It brought you back to what made the first three really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the Michael Bay, because I know this is a reboot. And I wasn't a huge fan of Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man.
Get that thing to stop, huh?
In this movie?
No, not in. Well, I mean, the Bumblebee.
Oh, the movie.
Yes. It's a problem when you name a movie after the character.
I was about to say we about to have throw hands.
We're about to throw.
B, you gotta calm down right now.
I'm perfectly calm, dude.
You gotta breathe or just do whatever it is that you do.
I'm calm. I'm not even touching it.
I personally thought this movie, it did something different for the Transformers franchise with Optimus especially, that it took some getting adjusted to. As I kind of look at it from this character's standpoint, this is a character we all know very well, Peter Cullen's iconic, legendary voice, and it kind of throws him in a light that we haven't seen him before.
I mean, you put it perfectly, as this is how we see Optimus become the Optimus we know and love.
Yes, yeah, it's definitely one of those, like, you're not seeing the Optimus that we've seen in the Michael Bay franchise. This is the Optimus who is raw Optimus, and Optimus who's learning about the human species and what they're about to make him become the leader of the Autobots that we all know. What did you like and dislike about this film?
I mean, you know me, I loved the Maximals.
The Maximals were cool.
Yeah,
especially, I had
awesome.
no idea Optimus Primal was voiced by Ron Perlman. That was dope.
I recognized the voice, but I couldn't put a pin to it. Like the actor who voices Scourge.
Oh yeah, the Scourge, who plays the kind of the big bad in this movie. First off, great villain. Just his arsenal, everything about this villain was super cool and different than what we've seen. The fact that it was voiced by Peter Dinklage. He's phenomenal in it. And finally, I was so excited. I can't tell you, one of the things that really broke my heart about the Transformers franchise, which has always been a nostalgic franchise for me, because that was like my that was our high school, time. Like when the first Transformers film came out in 2007, like I remember sitting in theaters, and the first time you see Optimus Prime and hear Peter Cullen's voice, you're just like, the crowd went wild.
Right, you get chills.
Yeah, still get chills. Ever since, like, I was so excited. I knew at some point we were going to get Unicron in the Michael Bay series. And when we finally got to The Last Knight, which I liked The Last Knight, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't the best movie of the franchise. The fact that we were leading into Unicron, who was something I was super excited for, I was like, yes, I can't wait for Transformers 6. And then they announced the reboot. You get Unicron in this, and that's not a spoiler, you guys seen that in the trailer, but Unicron doesn't disappoint. Definitely, you could feel it's like when Darkseid arrives, or Thanos.
Absolutely. He's just got that presence.
Oh, totally. One of the Transformers that I felt shined in this one was Mirage.
Yep.
Which was voiced by Pete Davidson. And, his interaction with the human character, Noah Diaz, I really did love that interaction. I think this was a human character that we could really get behind. He does have a story that pulls you in.
You can associate with his character.
Yeah.
And where he is in his life.
In terms of the story, how was it for you?
I liked the storyline. I mean, I liked what they did with certain characters that you weren't expecting.
The final battle was like so entertaining. There's some surprises. I was like in it. I was like in it to win it. There's a certain moment that happens that is just like, people practically were like gonna cheer, and you could feel like people are like, yes, let's go. There were certain issues I had with the story, things that weren't earned, that may have been because the director maybe assumed that you probably saw the Michael Bay movies, so that you've already kind of built a relationship with the characters and you already have like
Right.
a sense of love for them that you gotta
Yeah.
hold on to it. If you just watch it for like knowing that there's Bumblebee and then there's this movie, there's something that happens, and I won't give it away. I didn't have any reaction to it other than
Right, like there was certain moments during the movie where I feel like we should have been more emotional, or there should have been more of an upplay to the scene, and there wasn't.
Yeah.
It just kind of got passed over.
mhm.
But compared to other scenes in the movie, the other scenes that were upplayed well.
I agree. And there was certain, like, part of the issues of that I had in terms of like character arcs, the resolution to the conflict between some of our protagonists, the resolution to getting them to the moment where they all team up together wasn't satisfying and
Yeah.
not earned. Those are the main issues I had with the movie, was just some of those moments where I was kind of hoping they would really tug the heartstrings a little bit, but also have some of the tension that you're thinking, oh my god, what's going to happen here, to understand why they say, okay, time to come together, time to be a team, time to fight against the real bad guys. There was like really at no point, or just a moment where their relationship with the Autobots and the humans, this is a moment in time they can look back and say, that was the moment they knew they could count on each other.
Right.
It was just kind of like, I guess we have to. It takes place in the 90s, so it's a bit of a period piece, and us being children of the 90s, it took me right back to it. Did it for you?
Oh, absolutely.
There was a rumor going around that there's a post-credit scene in this movie. There's not really a post-credit. It's kind of, I think it was basically
There was two kind of mid-credit ones,
it was
right?
kind of like more of a pre-credit. Like it was more of a, here's an extra ending for you to see where where the franchise is going. It's awesome. I never expected them to go to this place. Like I heard rumors, I heard scoopers saying it was gonna happen. I was kind of like, that's crazy. You don't have to stick around to the very end of the credits. There is no giant cameo at the end. It is a lie.
Those eggs were a lie, Steven. A lie! They give me no eagle powers! They give me no nutrients! Sorry.
See it in Dolby. Definitely see it in
Oh,
Dolby.
absolutely. We left, and I'm like, I can't ever see a Transformers movie not in Dolby.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't waste your time. Like when you go see a movie that is all about sound design and Transformers,
Really,
prides
Dolby.
itself on that sound engineering, Dolby's the way to go. Sarah and I had a great time at the theater. As you know, we like to score things from 0 to 10. Sarah, what would you give this for a score?
For the whole movie, I think I stick to my guns at 8.8.
8.8. That's a solid score. I'm still in the 8s, and I think some of that is a bit of nostalgia, because when I just hear Peter Cullen's voice, I get chills every time. Finally got to see Unicron. I think even with the story issues I had, like I said, that third act is so strong that I think I'm gonna give it an 8.2. It's a solid addition to the Transformer franchise, definitely getting back on track after movies like Bumblebee and The Last Night. But we would love to hear from you guys. Make sure you place in the comments if you've seen Transformers or if you plan to see it, and if you did see it, without spoiling anything for people who are checking out this non-spoiler review, make sure you guys leave your scores so that way we can hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you smash that like, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'm your host Trey with his wonder wife Sarah, and don't forget to tune in weekly.
Same bad time.
Same bad channel.